Hello, beautiful beings. Doozer and I just drove up and over Tea Kettle Mountain to clean this guest cabin. I will show you. It's so beautiful here. Someday I will have my own cabin in the woods. Ancients, what do we want to talk about? So this morning my brain was trying to tell me that all the videos I made yesterday, I uploaded 3 videos yesterday, they were all unnecessary. Any video that it was trying to say that any video that I make talking about how I feel, being really emotional in it, whatever, it's a waste of time because I should just keep that stuff to myself. Well, the reason I feel so great today is because I didn't keep it to myself, is because I put it out there and I talked to, some of my family about how I was feeling, and it all dilutes the grip that the thoughts that I am identifying with have on me. It makes it all go away. So I just feel really, really great today. And the reason I feel really great is because my mind is quiet. Nothing is up. I don't feel bad about my videos. This morning, the ancient said, "So you're feeling like you need to think of something else to do in your videos because you don't feel like they're good enough?" I was like, yeah, I guess, I don't know. I feel like something needs to change. And they said, "You channeled the ancients." That's pretty cool. It took me years to be fluent in ancients. There was a time in my life I didn't even know that I had guides, let alone being able to channel them. Hearing them so clearly is just, well, it's like learning a different language. Basically, it's also like having been in a terrible car accident and losing all functions and having to learn everything all over again as an adult. So, yeah, I think I do enough in my videos, and as long as I feel like I'm following my heart, they're saying, to the best of my ability, I am succeeding and I don't have to change anything. So that's great. I do, and I know I've said this before, but I do have a feeling that I'm going to get to be making videos on a regular basis now. I have actually seen myself with a GoPro, and I may start taking you on some of my hikes. I just go to just the most breathtakingly beautiful places. So I think that would be really wonderful. And also, I've been seeing myself holding satsang with people, like a 15 or 20-minute satsang, and recording that also. For years and years, I've seen, being in a group satsang and having one-on-one satsangs be recorded in a group setting. But recently, it's been changing a little bit. I'm willing to do whatever the divine wants me to do. I'm open to that. And sometimes I feel frustrated because I'm not getting new ideas. Seems like the same old, but it's always put into perspective. To be able to channel guides fluently, that's that's pretty amazing. And when I'm holding satsang with people and we're having a conversation about what's going on in their life, the ancients they're right there. And it's just so beautiful. I don't feel like I'm ever doing anything by myself because I'm the clear open channel that the information is coming through. There is no by myself. That's all mind crap. If I ever feel alone or like nothing's happening, there's quiet times through this ascension process, and those are absolutely necessary for my highest growth, and also to help shed conditioning that we've all been through for lifetimes, feeling like we cannot be alone. I used to feel desperate, absolutely desperate to have a mate. I did not like being alone at all. I felt like I needed somebody to be okay. And then when I would get into a relationship, I couldn't wait to get out. Yeah. So I started hormone replacement therapy about 4 months ago now, and I started very gradually, and it has helped so much, but I'm still very tired, and my muscles still get very sore, and I have felt like I just because I'm tired, it kind of feels like an undercurrent of my system is depressed, which feels like depression. And so I called my doctor yesterday, and she called me. No, I called her a couple days ago anyway, and she called me back yesterday, and she is doubling my testosterone and keeping the estrogen and progesterone the same. And she said I'll be able to feel a difference right away. So I am incredibly excited about that. The Alpine Apothecary is working on that as we speak, and they're going to send me a message when it's done. So I'll be able to start taking that. I think it'll be done today. So I'll be able to start taking that first thing tomorrow morning. The testosterone is combined with biased, yeah. The testosterone and estrogen are in a little bottle, and I just measure it out in a syringe, and then I put that under my tongue in the morning, and then at night I have progesterone cream. And progesterone actually helps a person sleep. Moonstar, we were talking this morning, and she said, I was thinking about going to the doctor and getting a sleeping pill because I can't sleep. And immediately the ancient said, because she's been talking about getting the hormone replacement therapy also. And I said, the ancients are saying that all you need to do is go get your hormones done and, elevated, because neither one of us have been making hormones for a very long time, and it affects everything. So I met a lady on the trail several weeks ago, and she was a little ways ahead of me, and I wanted to go a bit faster. And so I got used to just cutting up the side of the mountain, and she was just like, wow, you got up that so fast. And I said, it's absolutely amazing. I feel so much better. I started, doing the hormone replacement therapy. And I said, have you done it? And she said she couldn't do it because she had breast cancer. And so I guess that excludes her from doing it. And I just felt really bad for her. I mean, that's, obviously her, part of her life is not having that. But I just wish that everybody could do it, because it's really making a huge difference. It has really helped my sleep a lot. The progesterone cream at night is proven to help with sleep, and having the hormones balanced, it helps with everything. Brain fog, I looked it up. It's just very exciting to be feeling younger and younger all the time. There's a huge monarch butterfly. Wow, I'm just seeing the coolest stuff, huh? I thought she was going to land on me. Whoa. That hummingbird in my video, Holy Hummingbird, I mean, it was so shocking. I've been seeing so many lately. They're such a sign for me that I'm doing really great. Oh, okay. So then the hummingbird, I thought she was going to fly right into the room that I was in and land on me or something. That's what it looked like was happening. And she was just hovering there looking at me. Oh, it's just, what a blessing. Animal medicine. Any animal I encounter, any bug, like, I'm going to look up monarch butterfly later and see what medicine she was just giving me, because she flew very, very, like, within 2 feet of me just now. And that is a definite message. Even when I just see them, things at a distance, I look it up, and it's exactly what I need to hear. I just Google it. What is the spiritual meaning of seeing a monarch butterfly? And also hummingbird. I was going to look up hummingbird yesterday, and somebody that I wasn't even subscribed to, he's Minnow Pond Tarot. His name is Chris, and one of his videos popped up, and I am on the cusp of Pisces and Aries, and it was a Pisces video, and Sagittarius is my two other major signs. And anyway, so it popped up, and so I started listening to it, and he drew the hummingbird card. I was absolutely dumbfounded. And he said it means that I've been on a very long journey and don't give up. And even if nobody else understands me, I mean, on and on. I was just like, wow, this is exactly what I needed to hear. The divine always does that for me, always. Even when I'm feeling down and I'm really scared because I feel like my mind has eclipsed me and I'm giving my attention to the thoughts that are coming in, and I don't feel like at certain times I'm able to get present like I am now, back into my natural state of being. I get scared because I feel like that's going to block my blessings and block my messages, but it never does. It absolutely never does. They're saying that it doesn't, because the amount of time that I do feel like I get eclipsed these days isn't enough to attract any type of negativity into my experience. Oh, that's so beautiful. And all it takes is practice. All any of this takes is just practice. And a person doesn't need money or even a different place to live. None of that. It's done right here inside of ourselves. From turning my attention away from thoughts that I am identifying with that are making me feel bad, back to presence. And if a person hasn't had the experience of accessing presence again in their life, then it's turning my attention back to where my hands are, exactly what I'm doing, or back to inside of my body. Eckhart really says it so well. He says to focus on the life force feeling in my hands and inside my body. And one time I said, well, all I feel in my hands is my pulse from my heart beating. And they're like, what do you think that is? If it's not life force. I'm not beating my heart. I'm not breathing me. Oh yeah. So yeah, all it takes is practice, and it feels frustrating at times, but we are all conditioning from lifetimes. That's what the ascension process is. To become our truest expression. They're reminding me of a book right now that the first year that I quit drinking, I read Power Through Constructive Thinking and The Dragon Doesn't Live Here Anymore, back to back, over and over and over for an entire year. And Power Through Constructive Thinking talks about that this is the only thing that we need to really reach our full potential. We don't need anything that's outside of ourselves. I mean, obviously, the divine sends us books or other people to talk to, my videos that I get to make, different things like that. Especially if we're open to the help. I'll let you know how I'm feeling after I start my new level of testosterone. Very, very excited about it. The reason that I've been doing it so gradually for the last several months is that I have been abstinent from sex for, it'll be 6 years in August, and I was very afraid that the hormones were going to make me feel a certain way, and but it's okay. I can totally handle that. It's not like I'm going to go act on it or anything. There's absolutely zero way that I would let anybody plug into me and give me their energy at that level. I won't be having sex again unless it's with a true divine partner, and we have become, deep friends. We have become, until I know him, and who knows how long that would take, but it wouldn't be there's a 3-month minimum when meeting somebody. A person can pretend like there's somebody else for about 3 months. It's a thing. It's even in textbooks now. I knew that before it was even in textbooks. I noticed it in my own life. Why after 3 months do they seem to change? Well, I'm not sure, but it's a real thing. And I used to always go way too fast. I was in love in the first, couple conversations. But now I have a couple conversations with somebody, and I know for a fact that they're not supposed to be in my life, or they are. But as far as men go, there are no men in my life. Oh yeah, the last landlord that I had, I knew that he wasn't going to give me my $600 deposit back. I knew intuitively that he would find a reason to not give it back to me because he's a narcissist. I don't call people narcissists just to give them a little bit of a label. No, this man is a true narcissist. And so I let a month or so go by, and I was not going to ask for it back. But I did the other day. I said, I'm sure that you just got busy and forgot. So, I would appreciate my deposit back, and Venmo is fine. And he got back to me and said, sorry, I can't give you your deposit back because Doozer scratched one of the windows that he used to get up in at the front of the house because he was so excited. I looked at that window many times because he said he's going to be scratching that window. There were 0 scratches on it. And then I tried to clean. I took a storm window off of the front door and tried to clean it. And I couldn't get it clean. And I got some WD-40 on it because I was trying to loosen the little levers that you have to press in. And it was a very difficult job. So all he has to do is take that storm window off and clean it with like vinegar and water. And he said, so it was the window that Doozer scratched and then the screen door and other things. No, I kept that man's house so pristine and took such good care of his dogs. And, I figured he wasn't going to give it back. And I told Moonstar, at least, it's validation that I can trust my intuition. And so I sent him the laugh till you cry emoji because I knew that would be the most annoying thing for him. He wanted me to argue with him. Narcissists love it when we argue and try to defend ourselves. So I absolutely won't do that. It's worth $600 not having to be around him anymore. Even that little bit of an interaction with him felt so toxic to my being. I can't. No, it's not worth it. I would rather go shovel shit all day, which I don't have to, but I would rather do just about anything than beg him for my $600. So I think that's it. Just so you know, I get paid a flat fee for the places that I clean, and so I'm not sitting here milking the clock. I can take as long as I want. Ancients, is that it? They're saying there's no shame in talking about what's bothering us. But the mind will get in there. The serpent mind will get in there and say, oh no, that's not important enough, or you should know that, or, all the many different reasons to keep us isolated. I'm on to that isolation thing. I'm really seeing it the last few days, how I have really isolated myself for years, actually. It's definitely been a part of my ascension, but no, I'm not going to do that. When somebody calls me and all of a sudden I'm seeing my mind say, I don't feel like talking. Now I'm seeing it as my mind. I'm shining my light of awareness on it, and I'm not going with it anymore. I want people in my life. I absolutely do. By choice. I wouldn't be able to have a job. I've tried, and I did when I was raising my children. I took any job I could to support them. But now I have the choice of who I'm around. And so I wouldn't just be able to go take any job. But I feel my soul tribe even more are coming in, and I want to be as open to that as possible. And isolating myself definitely isn't conducive to that. So I keep seeing that. I keep getting like my nose is lighting up. SongwithmamaG@gmail.com. I keep saying calm, CALM instead of calm. That's okay. If your brain is eating you and you feel like you just keep going around and round with the same things and you feel absolutely stuck in your life, we would love to talk to you about that. See what comes through for you. Love you so much.